My first impressions of Simon were very personable character. I think clearly had a wealth of experience within the sales and marketing field from his background. Very warm character, very open, and yeah, I think felt fairly instantly that we were going to have a good working relationship, and I was proved right. Yeah, I think the business had gone out and done some fairly solid due diligence in the marketplace on potential consultancy businesses to help us, and really Simon and IBG stood out for us in the way that their approach, the way they substantiated their business and how they could benefit WireBird as an organisation. And like anything, it was Simon himself, the individual behind it, secured it for us. I think Simon's experience and previous employment was invaluable to us. He's somebody that's been in a senior position for a number of years, very credible, understood the challenges that we faced as an organisation, and I think that was very obvious from the moment that we first engaged with Simon. So very credible individual, knew what the pain barriers were, and helped us get through those. Some of the challenges we faced, as I said, there were two aspects to it really. We sort of knew the direction that we wanted to go in. We knew some of the challenges that we'd faced, and like any organisation, that was how do we go out and win new business? And secondly, how do we enhance and develop the relationships and maximise the opportunity that we have within our existing client base? And we knew that they were the two challenges that we faced. We just weren't quite sure what we needed to do and how we went about doing it. And that's where Simon and IBG came in, and he really did help us map out, break our business down, look at the processes in place and reassemble those and give us clear direction and guidance on achieving those objectives. So I think the immediate benefit to us was a realisation that we needed to make changes to the structure of the business pretty quickly in order for us to make that next step. And that's not an easy decision necessarily to make, but it was something that we clearly had to do. The ongoing relationship with Simon and IBG is helping us through that transition and also helping us map out where we need to be going in the future, both in terms of our overall sales strategy and our marketing strategy at the same time. I'd be extremely happy to recommend Simon to other organisations, and the reason why is I think we get to hear a lot of consultants in our business make lots of recommendations, but there was something about Simon and IBG that just stood out very differently for us, and I think that their approach, their professionalism, and the way that this wasn't just about an initial meeting and a period of consultation, it's been about ongoing engagement and a real understanding of WireBird as an organisation to make us a success. My name is Peter Wheeler. I'm the sales manager for WireBird. I'm responsible for the sales and marketing strategy within our organisation. So within that, I'm responsible ultimately for the delivery of the sales number and the team that reports into that. And aligned with that, the marketing strategy on how we go about winning net new business and driving marketing initiatives through the organisation. WireBird as an organisation are a managed service provider and deliver full IT services. We've been in business since 1998, and as a managed service provider we offer our own hosted platform, Infrastructure Plus, which offers a number of different services to clients, providing infrastructure and as a service amongst a whole wealth of other things. That's our organisation. We decided to engage the services of IBG because there was a realisation that we needed to take that next step. We'd become a very successful organisation, predominantly through organic growth from our own client base. But we recognised that we needed to take that extra step forward. We needed to increase our attachment of net new business, which we now know what we need to do. At the same time, we needed to enhance and maximise the existing opportunity that we have within our client base. IBG have helped us understand what we need to do and how we go about doing it far, far clearer now. My first impressions of the IBG staff were that they were extremely professional, very, very efficient. I didn't feel in any way that there was a disconnect from what we were doing to what their objectives were. When they came into us as an organisation and outlined their proposal, it was very structured, very clear, very targeted and objective driven, and that engagement has been true. That plan and that consultation and the actions so far have been to that plan, and we're extremely pleased that we appointed IBG. I think IBG understand our organisation exceptionally well. They took the time and researched our organisation through a series of workshops that we held with key members of staff and other people within our organisation. And as I said, took the time really to understand what our organisation did, what our value proposition needed to look like, rather necessarily than what we thought it looked like, and worked with us hand in hand throughout that consultation period to really understand WireBird. I think one of the immediate benefits I can think of is that we have a clearly defined plan now on how do we go to market and win net new clients. It's the biggest challenge that most businesses face. And we were doing it well in some instances and not very well in others. But IBG really did give us a clear direction to go in, and we've been following that. And subsequently, we've attracted net new business even within a very, very short space of time. Moving forward, I think the benefits we will see through ongoing marketing engagement, which we are commencing with IBG. And again, I think that we'll see some very quick wins with regards to net new clients. And also it's given us a platform to look at how we manage our existing business and how we ensure that we are developing and enhancing every piece of opportunity we can and keeping that client. I'd be very happy to recommend IBG to any organisation. They've brought to WireBird a clear direction. They've given us confirmation of and structure of things that we needed to do within the organisation, but weren't quite sure on what those steps needed to be. They've helped us with that. They've mapped out what the next steps should be, both in terms of sales and marketing. So I'd recommend IBG, absolutely.
I first heard about Simon through a mail shot, direct mail shot that he sent out. The mail shot had something about it that spoke to me as if it was real. There was a personality behind it. I'm not one that works around sort of lies around the houses. I like to be direct. There was some good, insightful numbers in there, and it seemed to me like it was a person that I could talk to. So it was the first step before a phone call, which engaged me. My first impressions of Simon. Simon's charismatic. He's very engaging, very down to earth. He knew he'd researched. So his first question to me, I think, was about football, which I'm a passionate West Ham fan. So that engaged me straight away. Unfortunately, he's a passionate Chelsea fan that turned me off straight away. No, he's easy to talk to. He's easy to deal with. The engagement process with Simon was I went through the email marketing, which set up a call. And through those two mediums, I was still intrigued to have a meeting. And once we'd had the meeting, we were on the same wavelength. I am able to explain to Simon what I needed, what I was looking for out of the process. And he was able to convince me that he could deliver that. There was no false promises, there was no over-the-top statements. It was all about what we can do, and there was realistic timelines around what we could do. So Simon convinced me that within short periods of time we could chunk out the work that we were doing. Simon's past experience is very important to me to engage with. His experience and the work that he's done, certainly with his Ernst & Young days, you can't beat that, you know, and it's invaluable to us. We're a company looking to keep growing. We're at a stage now where we need to wear more of a corporate badge, and the experiences that Simon brung to the table were invaluable to me. I'd describe my working relationship with Simon as loose. He's around the office more than I am these days, but the working relationship is good. The reason the working relationship I think is good is because I seem to get more time out of Simon than I'm paying for. I wouldn't like to tell him that, but I do. He's always available. He's available for conversations, and he's also been available for conversations with my team. So it's not just been a direct working with me. He's made himself available to the team. He always turns up early, which is a great a bugbear of mine. I like people to be there when they say they're going to be there, 'cause time is of the essence. So it's been an easy engagement. Simon's helped us sell our managed service business because he's broken down some barriers. We've got within a service industry, it's very difficult to talk about yourself, and we found it very hard to express what we do, how well we do it in the marketplace. Simon's helped us break down those barriers and really opened our eyes that the fact of there's no shame in shouting from the rooftops if you feel you really are succeeding and you really are good at what you do, and that's helped a lot and will certainly help us going forward. Simon's helped us address the challenges that we had around new business and recognising a structure that could really take on that challenge. Most of our business has come from referral over the years, and we've grown organically with that. Simon's approach and just that outside-in look at the business has really helped us to focus on our current clients and what we can do for them, and also how we can attract new business through current clients and also through the outside mediums. So he's really he's helped to clarify a few things and also opened our eyes to a few different avenues that we probably wouldn't have thought of on our own. Simon has demonstrated a hands-on approach by being at every meeting and every engagement we've had so far. We're at an early stage of the engagement process, so I'm yet to see, you know, where we take the process. But he's been very hands-on so far. We've used him, and I've certainly used him for some advice as well, which was sort of off the record advice. But he's engaging. He's there. He's available when required. But the process is continuing. It's hard to recognise some of the benefits that we've gained out of Simon's engagement so far, because we've only been dealing for a very short period of time, and we've finished the first piece of work. I can see that structurally we've made some changes that seem to be showing some bearing some fruit. But as I say, it is still early days. I'd recommend Simon to other organisations, and I already have. I've offered to be a reference for him for a client that he was looking to engage with. It's not something I do every day, and it's not something I'd offer to do. You know, WireBird is built around our trust and our ethos. and I wouldn't be recommending other people outside of our organisation unless I fully trusted their engagement process and how they could help. So I'd have no problem and no issues with recommending Simon, as long as you're focused on what you're trying to achieve out of it. I'm sure he can help you achieve those goals. My name is Terry Storer, Managing Director of WireBird Limited. We're a London-based IT managed services company. We have three main branches to our company, which is our service NOC support arm, which is 24/7 support, offering services ranged around our five core vendors, which are Microsoft, NetApp, VMware, Cisco and Citrix. We also offer our own cloud services, Infrastructure Plus, which is a fully based platform as a service, offering infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and also our installation and migration services. We're all about service. We're all about customer retention, customer relationships, and providing solutions that meet our customer needs. I heard about IBG through a direct marketing email. The good thing about the fact that was the first engagement was it was exactly what I was looking to do as far as engaging with net new business. It was the first thing I looked at through the process, and the email caught my eye. I tend to, as you can imagine, get a lot of emails daily from people trying to do business, and it grabbed my attention. So the introductory email was right, and it looked like the right kind of ethos and company I wanted to deal with to work on my marketing. The challenges of selling our services and selling WireBird out to net new business is, it's okay when you have a product, you have a product to sell, and you can highlight the skills and benefits of that product. When you're selling service, it's all about reputation, and it's all about what you can do in the future. So it's very tricky to sell yourself. It's we're all about our people. WireBird is a people company. We're all about the services, skill sets, accreditations, certifications that we have. And it's quite difficult to push that out to market. Where IBG came into their own was, how do we stop feeling scared about saying how good we are, and stop feeling scared about telling others what we can do. I think we probably come under a sort of a shy banner when it comes to talking about ourselves as a company, and that's just from growing up in the world we are and growing organically. So IBG have sort of broke down a few barriers, if I'm honest, and just allowed us to articulate ourselves to the outside world.
Excellent. And what were your first impressions when you met the IBG staff?
The IBG staff were very easy to get on with, very educated in what they were selling to us, very knowledgeable, very experienced, and could draw back on previous experiences. They were always timely, they were always very engaging, they were never patronising. It's very easy when you're dealing with outside organisations, and one of the dangers of outsourcing is you never get that full engagement, because you never gain the relationship, you never gain the trust together. Certainly when you're dealing with a sales organisation, you're dealing with big egos, and people in big ego organisations don't like to be told that they're not doing it quite right, or let's try something different. So the IBG process was very welcoming, very easy to deal with. We pride ourselves on being easy to deal with as a company, and we like our partners to be the same. IBG understood the needs of the IT industry in many ways. I'm a great believer that most industries, certainly from a sales and marketing perspective, you know, if you're a trusting organisation, it doesn't really matter on the industry, but it's also, it can be quite handy from our point of view not to have to keep reinventing the story. So it was their IT knowledge and their IT services knowledge and experiences, what they've had with other clients, stood them in good stead, and it just meant we could get on with the process quicker. IBG had a good understanding of our industry and the IT industry in general. It made the process that much quicker and easier because we were speaking with people that understood what we were trying to do and how we were trying to do it. Being a service industry, it's quite difficult to get across because you do need people that can associate with how you're trying to do things and the trusted brand and ethos that we're trying to get out there. So it was invaluable that they understood it and they seemed to grasp what we were trying to do very quickly. I'd describe IBG as trustworthy, engaging, and easy in the good sense of the word. It was a smooth process. It was a smooth process throughout, and the ethos of engagement flowed through everyone that we dealt with. There's no one that's found anything too much trouble, and the communication has been very, very good. We've communicated from the start. It's been very quick. It's been very succinct. It's been a process that all of my team have got involved in, and no one has felt left out. IBG have had a positive impact on our procedures and my staff. It's very easy when you're dealing day in, day out on the shop floor. It's very easy to get engrossed in what you do and not look at what others do. There's a very strong message that came across from IBG about making sure that we did everything as a team. To do that, you have to really engage with everyone at their own level very quickly, and IBG managed to do that for us. I engaged with IBG to help me look at my sales and marketing processes, teams, and alignment to what we were trying to sell. The job spec, if you like, that I gave to Simon was to really help me look at how we can improve, look at how we can help sales have a nicer face to the internal team, look at how they can engage, look at how what they do impacts on others. So it wasn't just an external look at how we are winning customers, it was how internally we can make our processes better that our customers can then benefit from. The return on investment that I'll see with IBG will be further down the line because we are a service. It's very difficult to put a number within such a short period of time against what we've gained from it. I can certainly see from our team and how we're working closer with other departments. I can see a benefit to it, but to actually put a number against it would be difficult at this moment in time, but I can certainly see in the future how we will gain. I'd be happy to recommend IBG to any organisations that had a desire and a goal that they really wanted some outside help and they were willing to engage as much as IBG were themselves. It's very much a relationship process, and if you really do want to try and succeed and try and grow your business and grow your sales and marketing divisions, IBG would certainly be able to help. They certainly have with us.